Theft of the soul. Is multi-level marketing something new in the world of scam, or merely another version of an older classic con game? In Swindling and Selling, Arthur Leff firmly classified pyramid selling in the traditions of grifting, bunco, Spanish prisoner, and confidence schemes. More particularly, Leff singled out pyramid selling for its connection to a distinctly American type of fraud that predates MLM, which he termed public spectacle swindles. In this form, the marks may number in the millions, all conned at once, unwittingly and repeatedly. Such a fraud always employs the advance fee deception, pay now, get little or nothing later, but may or may not employ the endless chain, in which victims are financially induced to enroll other victims. Yet despite its virulence, Leff also acknowledged that this strain of fraud is largely immune to criminal prosecution. Leff argued that it operates with impunity mostly due to its close association with institutions that are held sacred or almost universally revered. Using the generic term public spectacle, Leff was referencing, with slight tongue-in-cheek, to fraud operating as religion. The capacity for charlatans to flourish within religion was dramatically illustrated in the 1927 Sinclair Lewis novel Elmer Gantry. In that tale, the narcissistic, amoral, and predatory character Elmer Gantry has a long and successful career as an ordained clergyman. He was handsome, charming, persuasive, and seductive. Personally, he held no religious convictions, valued all relationships in terms of money or self-gratification, and cynically ignored and violated the moral principles he preached. Gantry saw religious followers as particularly easy marks for his financial ambitions. He also found the clergy role ideal for perpetrating and concealing his sexual predations. In the pyramid selling version of public spectacle fraud, the promoters assume preacher roles on the stage, proclaiming that they personally possess or can channel special power to dispense success and fulfillment in the pursuit of happiness. When the followers lose money, they are diverted from seeing the trickery of the pyramid scheme and are convinced their failure was a moral weakness, a type of sin. The sale of products, Leff explained, is merely one of the various types of props or devices that public spectacle swindles may employ. Other props may include dramatic ceremony, recognition awards, charity work, rousing music, and testimonials of newly discovered happiness. Paid celebrities, politicians, and popular musicians may be used also as props. Leff's analysis revealed how pyramid selling and religious swindles share the same roots, employ the same tools of deception, are led by similar types of narcissistic individuals, and appeal to the same needs in people. MLMs depict the possession of money as a sign of divine blessing, thereby establishing the commercial enterprise as a church-like dispenser of grace. Just as Mittinger was trained in his earlier cemetery plot sales to present lavish funerals and ornate grave sites as the only proper way to express respect for the dead, MLMs equate profit and wealth with freedom, happiness, and self-worth. And just as Mittinger's sales force cruelly insinuated a simple grave site showed disrespect and insensitivity for loved ones, MLMs teach that failure to commit totally to the plan indicates a loser and quitter status, perhaps a betrayal of family duty, or a lack of self-respect. The nearly identical trappings of MLM and religion raise the questions: how do MLM's teaching of positive ideals cross over into swindle? And when do sincere theological beliefs become part of religious fraud? Like preachers in the pulpits, the MLM stage speakers deliver positive and uplifting messages. How could that be the face of fraud? To distinguish positive events and inspiration from thefts of the soul requires a restatement of the most basic elements of all swindles. Left's distinction of a religious swindle from honest religious practice is applicable to MLM's fundamental fraudulence, wrapped in the rhetoric of hope and entrepreneurship. Left's hallmark traits of fraud are that the perpetrator not only does not deliver the reward promised to his marks, but knowingly does so, deliberately, and with planning for personal gain and at the cost of the believers. Multi-level marketing promoters wrap themselves in the trappings of a real business, promising, as all businesses do, the opportunity to gain income. Yet, the MLM plan has been mathematically designed and elaborately formulated so that this promise cannot be fulfilled and is never intended to be for recruits. This is equivalent to the swindler who offers, quote, stolen goods at a steep discount, but intentionally never delivers, as he does not even have them. MLM promoters do not have the rewards they promise to deliver. Author Sinclair Lewis revealed the risks of exploring large-scale frauds that are disguised as revered institutions in the way that MLM is camouflaged as direct selling. Elmer Gantry was condemned from pulpits across the country. Lewis received physical threats and calls for his imprisonment. Similar experience has befallen many others who have dared to expose multi-level marketing disguised as entrepreneurship, self-advancement, and personal improvement. Afterword. No hope and none required. As